What's up, everybody? It's your boy Red X Black, and I'm back with another video. Woke up this morning when the first tweets that pops into my Twitter feed is from Liz Cheney. She says Edward Snowden is a traitor. He is responsible for the largest and most damaging release of classified information in U.S. history. He handed over our U.S. secrets to Russian and Chinese intelligence, putting our troops and our nation at risk. Pardoning him would be unconscionable. So, as you can see, hey Nico. Liz Cheney, she is basically one of the establishment intelligence gatekeeper type people. So she will cape for the intelligence community. A lot of them will, and protect the military industrial complex. And I mean, given who her father is, I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way. I guess it passed down through the genes. As Nico said right here, your father's one of the worst war criminals of all time. So, yeah, look, Edward Snowden, I consider him a patriot and a hero. That's what real patriotism is. Not this fake patriotism that's called patriotism, but it's really nationalism. Not that patriotism. I'm talking about a real patriot. He released classified information that he felt was necessary for the public to know. He turned it over to journalists and they reported on it. And the information was not only about the absolute overreach and overkill of intelligence and information gathering by the U.S. government, the NSA, but it wasn't only here, it was also abroad. They didn't only spy on U.S. citizens, they spied on Brazilian citizens, Chinese citizens, who else? You know what? Don't take my word for it. Let me go to that article. There's an article that lists the different information that he released. Okay, here's just a few of the things that the few of the information dumps that he gave to different journalists. Britain's GCHQ, that's the intelligence agency in Britain, intercepted phone and internet communications of foreign politicians who attended two G20 meetings in London in 2009. This is some of the same stuff. There's Evil Olive. That's a name that just never mind. The NSA has a program codenamed Evil Olive that collects and stores large quantities of Americans' internet metadata, which contains only certain information about online content. Email metadata, for example, reveals the sender and the recipient addresses and time, but not the content or subject. That's one thing. I remember when he went on Joe Rogan and he talked about the web of intelligence gathering. So if they're monitoring one person's phone call, that leads to our phone or text messages. Then they start monitoring the person that they're texting. They start monitoring their message and the people that they're texting. So it's like it creates this web to the point where people who have nothing to do with the original subjects, the original people who they were going after, people, just random people, now they're getting spied on. They're getting watched. And it all started with one person. That is completely and utterly ridiculous and dangerous. So you go from if you're following a terrorist, you're monitoring their phone call. All of a sudden, now you're monitoring the phone call of some random person in New York. They're just a random college kid living their life. Now you're looking through their phone calls and emails because they connected to a person who connected to another person who connected to another person. It said until 2011, the Obama administration permitted the Obama administration permitted the NSA's continued collection of vast amounts of Americans' email and internet metadata under the Bush era program called Stellar Wind. I wonder if some of these programs are still in today. I'm sure some of them are. The U.S. government bugged the offices of the European Union in New York, Washington, and Brussels. And it's crazy because everybody's spying on each other. And you would think, like, why would you bug the European Union office? Because they're supposed to be our allies. And you see how in her tweet, she said he turned intelligence over to Russia and China. They use that as a spin because they act like that they're already not collecting our data. Like Russia and China already don't, collect our data or know some of our secrets. And on top of that, we're doing the same thing to everybody else. We're collecting everybody's data. We're spying on citizens of random countries. So you can't get mad at other countries for meddling in our affairs when we are the biggest meddlers on the planet. It said the NSA spies on millions of phone calls, emails, and text messages of ordinary German citizens. See, German. What did the German citizens have to do with terrorism? Huh? What did the German citizens do? See, this is what I was talking about. U.S. Using a program called Fairview, the NSA intercepts internet and phone call data of Brazilian citizens. What do the Brazilian citizens have to do with that? Monitoring stations set up in Australia and New Zealand help feed data back to the NSA's Key Score program. The NSA conducts surveillance on citizens in a number of Latin American countries, including Venezuela, Colombia, Argentina, Panama, Ecuador, Peru, and others. So almost all of South America and South and Central America. The agency also sought information on oil and energy trade, of course. Of course. The Washington Post publishes a new slide detailing NSA's upstream program, collecting communications from tech companies through fiber optic cables to then feed into the PRISM database. I almost said prison database. Germany's Federal Intelligence Service, BDN, helps contribute data to the NSA's Key Score program. Germany, yeah, y'all turning on your own citizens. Oh my goodness. Let's see. This is just more about the Keystone program, unlimited access to. Jesus, man. Let me go down. There was one that I wanted to get to. No. Oh, let me read that. It says, expanding upon data gleaned from the black budget, the NSA is found to be paying hundreds of millions of dollars each year to U.S. companies for access to their networks. Now, that's important because I remember in his interview when he went on, when Edward Snowden started doing the rounds for his book, and he was going on like interviews on Trevor Noah. He was on MSNBC. He was basically doing the rounds. He said that we don't even have to hack a company like Google anymore. We don't have to intrude on their network. We don't have to, do any of that, because all we have to do is ask it. We have to request it. All we have to do is put in a request. And now on top of that, they're paying them for that information. So that's that's pretty terrifying. The NSA spied on former Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff and Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto, then a candidate. Using a man-in-the-middle attack, NSA spied on Google, the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Society of Worldwide Interbank, Financial Telecommunications. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. And the Brazilian oil company Petrobras. The amount of spying that goes on, nobody trusts each other. Even allies are spying on each other. Everybody's just spying on each other. No wonder there's so much tension on the world stage. We're just spying on each other. Why is my thing frozen? Hold up a sec. Okay, now it's going. Okay, it says the NSA collected more than 250 million email contact lists from services such as Yahoo and Gmail. NSA surveillance was revealed to play a key role in the targeting of overseas drone strikes. Oh, those drone strikes they went wild under the Obama administration and have continued to go wild under the Trump administration. The NSA spied on French citizens for the French. What did the French do? NSA tapped the mobile phone of German Chancellor Angela Merkel. I thought she was your friend. What happened? Y'all tapping people's phones? What are y'all doing? It spied on Italian citizens and companies. What did the Italians do? Let's see. The NSA monitored the phone calls of 35 world leaders, encouraged other government agencies to share their Rolodexes. The NSA spied on Spanish leaders and citizens. What did the Spanish do? What did the Spanish do? Let's see. The NSA stationed surveillance teams at 80 locations around the world. Let's see. I'm just gonna keep scrolling. Spied on OPEC. Man, that makes sense. Struck a secret deal with the NSA to share phone and internet email records of UK citizens. What did the UK citizens do? What did the UK citizens do? Come on now. Y'all just spying on everybody. And this is what Edward Snowden released. This is what he released. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, and it keeps it, and it's just terrifying to read. It's absolutely terrifying to read. And I honestly, and just seeing the tweet from Liz Cheney, this tweet, she's doing her duty to protect the intelligence community. And they won't give him a fair trial, of course. They won't let him come back home. And they're basically trying to railroad him and make an example out of him, because they want to show that, hey, if you leak our information, if you want to whistleblow, and release information that we don't want out there, that we don't want people to know, then we're gonna hang you, basically. And so they basically just want to make an example out of him, which is why they won't give him a fair trial. They won't allow him to explain to the jury why he did what he did. So, Liz, as Nico House said, sit this one out, shawty. Sit this one out. You need to go just hop on off of Twitter, and get out of my face, and leave. Go sit down somewhere. All right? Edward Snowden, I pray you get pardoned. There's rumors that Trump is going to pardon Julian Assange. It may happen, it may not. If he does, that'll be the one good thing. That'll be one good thing in his legacy. Okay, if he does that. So that'll be like that. That'll be one thing. If he wants to leave out of office with some sort of dignity left after this, pardon Julian Assange, pardon Snowden, and pardon Chelsea Manning. If you did that, I will. I don't know what I would do. I will probably get a MAGA hat. All right. I'm not gonna support you, but I will go buy a MAGA hat if you did that. But anyway, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like whenever you do it, however you do it, wherever you do it, just do it. It's your boy Red X Black, and I'm out. Peace. Because Joe is probably not gonna pardon these people. But anyway, that's it. I'm out. Peace.